Today I'm in Charnwood Forest in Leicestershire, and at the moment I'm walking through Bradgate Park, which is a very famous park around this area and a very beautiful one as well. It's got loads of deer, oak trees and wide open spaces, and it's quite famous in history as well, which I'll talk about a bit later on. This is one of my all-time favourite walks, and started in Swithland Woods, come here, walk through Bradgate Park, then we're going to head across to Beacon Hill, which is another well-known spot in this area, and then back through Swithland Woods. It is a very beautiful walk, especially this time of year, and it's got a few places of interest, and they're the things that I want to show you. So this is Bradgate Park. Can you hear the deer rutting? Behind me are the remains of Bradgate House. And this is quite famous because it is believed to be the birthplace of Lady Jane Grey, who was the 9-day Queen. When Henry VIII died, his son Edward came to the throne, and he was a Protestant, but he wasn't a very well lad, and he didn't last very long and died. So that left a power vacuum. The next in line of Henry's children was Mary, and she was a Catholic, and there were a lot of people around at the time who didn't want a Catholic queen on the throne. So there was a bit of scheming, and some people together put Jane Grey on the throne and made her queen. Whether she wanted, well, they say she didn't want to initially, she wasn't up for it, but anyway, they made her queen. But the way they went about it, it wasn't popular with an awful lot of people, and in the end there was a minor rebellion, and she was thrown off, and Mary became Mary I. Eventually, again, she was a bit of a puppet in it all, well, they say she was. Although Mary didn't want to, she had to have her executed, and she had her head chopped off. And the story goes that in this park there are oak trees that are stunted, and the story is that's because when they beheaded Lady Jane, they chopped the tops off a lot of the trees in the park in memory, I suppose it was, of her. I always find it a bit of a sad story because she was only a teenager. I think she was about 17 or something like that. I'm filming you.
Are you? Oh no.
At the moment.
Oh no.
I've walked through Bradgate Park, and next to it is the little village of Newtown Linford, which is a fairly attractive little village. It's got quite a lot of buildings that are built from the stone, the local stone. But because it's next to Bradgate, unfortunately it gets very busy, especially in the summer. And sometimes around it gets pretty hectic. At this time of year, it's not too bad. So I'm heading north now towards Beacon Hill. That's where I'm going. not really sure exactly what the woods around here are called. I've always known them as the Onion Woods, and this is an old watermill which used to come and explore quite frequently, but I think the owners or whatever have tried to block it off so people can't get in. I suppose because potentially it's dangerous, but I think it's still worth exploring. There's the old grindstones, or grindstone, and some of the machinery. From Newtown Linford, I have walked across some fields and through a bit of woodland, and now I've come onto a tarmac road. On the other side of me over there is some private grounds. I don't know what they are, but they're huge. It's a big mansion or what it is, but massive grounds. This is Elvis Croft Priory, which I find really fascinating. I think for two reasons. One is it's in private hands, so you're not allowed to go and explore it or visit it. It's private property. And the second one is because obviously it's not really been maintained, so it's, you know, it's kind of a ruin. I'd love to go and look around that. I've now made my way to Beacon Hill. This part of Charnwood Forest sits upon volcanic rock. There's bits of information boards all around it that tells you about all the volcanic activity that there was millions of years ago. I think Beacon Hill is one of the most prominent bits of rock, that's it, that stands out. So it kind of just sticks up above the landscape and gives you massive great views towards Loughborough, Nottingham, back out to Leicester. So I'm going to go up there. This is the view from the top Beacon Hill, which is pretty impressive. I think Nottingham's up there somewhere. That's Loughborough down there. I say there used to be an Iron Age fort up here. And again, you can understand it, can't you? With such views, long distances. Leicester's down over there. Braggy Park is somewhere behind all those trees. So you can see this is some of the volcanic rock that sticks out everywhere around here. It looks like someone's been doing a bit of sculpting over there. This is where the guy does all the wood carvings that you just see around Beacon Hill. Crossing this B road at the back of Woodhouse Eaves takes me out of Beacon Hill Park and along the Broombriggs Trail, which runs along the back of Woodhouse Eaves. Usually that road's incredibly busy, but I seem to have hit a spot when it was quiet, thankfully. This is all that's left of an old windmill that stood here for years apparently, and in 1945 there was a fire in the gorse and it caught the windmill and it burnt the windmill down. So all that's left now is this base, but they open the top up there at certain times so you can go up there and look at the views all around. I've now reached the village of Woodhouse Eaves, and there's a cave I want to show you. I love this spot. It's underneath the church, so directly above is the church, and there is this cave, which I think is really cool. Look at that. It's not very deep, but it's pretty dramatic, isn't it? And you can see the local volcanic rock. It's great. I love it. This is a funny little folly, which is in some private grounds, which again I'd love to explore, but I suppose you can. This is the entrance to Switherland Woods. I'm nearly at the end of my walk today. I really hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. I think it's a beautiful part of the countryside. Fantastic woods, especially this time of year. Really beautiful. And there's so much to see. There's the deer, Braggy Park, Bradgate House. Get up on top of Beacon Hill, there's the windmill. Yeah, showing you quite a few things I think. And the mixture of the rocks and the woods and the fields all makes it quite special. I love it. Thanks for being with us, and see you again hopefully on another walk. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but whatever you do, enjoy your time out in the countryside. See you again.